Are you thinking of redecorating your home, but are hesitant because of the possible costs? Welcome to Jansen's DIY, and here are 23 super simple ways to decorate what you have. 1. Why should you buy new furniture when the ones you have will do just fine? You have only to get a fresh perspective of the room, which you can attain by rearranging the furniture. Experiment with the pieces you have and be amazed at how different your space looks when the furniture placed in different spots. 2. Paint is a versatile, must-have tool for DIY decorators. Not only is this a great tool to use on walls, but also works just as well on furniture, as it can give old furnishings new life. Try using bright, splashy colors to give an old piece a brand new feel and vibe. 3. You don't need to splurge on a Rembrandt to blow visitors and guests away. You can create an artsy wall using common, everyday objects you already have. This can be hats, books, or even toys. Try experimenting with what you have and make a statement with your wall. 4. There's nothing like precious mementos of great memories to brighten up your space. You can print out your favorite family photos and hang them on the wall for a personalized wall display. Use frames you have and paint them in the same color to give it a unified appearance. Black frames with white mats almost always give walls a polished look. 5. We're sure you have garish bracelets and necklaces tucked away in a box inside your home. Why not put them to good use and hang them on a bedroom wall? Attach simple hooks or hardwire knobs in an empty frame to give the arrangement more definition. The jewelry you place on your wall will turn heads. 6. If your drapes are long and your ceiling is high enough, perhaps you should move the curtain rod a lot closer to the ceiling to give your room a better sense of height. However, before you do anything, measure the curtains to make sure they would still touch the floor, even if you reposition the rod. 7. Liven up dreary bookshelves by placing bold patterns as a backdrop. You can use wallpaper or even leftover fabric to make your designs. 8. If you are bored with the pillows you have, buying new ones can burn a hole in your wallet. What you can do, however, is try switching the covers to give it a fresh new look. If you're good with sewing, you can even make pillowcases using an old t-shirt as fabric. 9. Put your eccentricity on display by breaking out some family treasures out from the attic and place them in your living room for everyone to see. But don't place your entire collection in your living room. Pick out a few pieces you would like to showcase as decor to avoid the clutter. 10. If you collect bottles or vases identical in color, line them up and put them on display to give off that vintage vibe. Rather than sending bottles straight to the recycling bin, you can inspect and see if they have a unique appeal. Clean the ones that do and save them until you have enough to make a striking ensemble for a mantle. 11. Rather than use a frame, get a wooden pants hanger and use this to hang a poster. This works well with smaller posters, as the large ones might flop over at the corners. 12. If you're not using the fireplace all that much these days, grab the chance to decorate it with attractive fireplace fillers. Books from your library will work well when you line them up using a stacked arrangement. If you prefer a more streamlined look, you can first wrap the books up in white paper. Birch logs can also give your fireplace a more rustic look. 13. Books are more than just reading material. They can also pass off as decorative pieces you can use to spruce up your coffee tables. Hardcover books can make for an intriguing tablescape. You can even take the dust jacket off those books with eye-catching colors or designs. 14. You can try removing the doors of your cabinet to make way for open shelving. But before you do, first check the inside, as these may need a fresh coat of paint to match the cabinet box, or it may need to be cleaned thoroughly. After that, you can start by removing the doors and then filling the holes up with putty before painting or staining it to match the cabinet box. Pick out your favorite dishes, utensils, or jars to put on display. 15. You can also try bringing in pieces of decor from the outside to add more flair to the inside of your property. Garden stools work just as well on the inside as they do outside. Bistro chairs can also make for great seating inside. 16. Hit two birds with one stone with this nifty trick. Not only will this soften a tough bench, but it will also add style points. Fold a nice, colorful blanket and place it over the seat to use as a cushion, and then keep this in place by using a belt. 17. Show off those trinkets and knickknacks that you got from that vacation in the Caribbean. Mementos from vacations or even cross-country trips can help create a meaningful display that will show off your experiences and your personality. Whether it's shells from the beach or photos from that family reunion, these simple items can be turned into meaningful decor. 18. Turn boring office supplies into nice-looking decor. Start by wrapping up file boxes with small pieces of wallpaper or wrapping paper to add a dash of color or pattern to your home's office. This nifty trick also works on small items on your desktop, like pencil holders. 19. Even the most basic decor can become fabulous looking when laced with some accessories. Utilize a rickrack trim around a lampshade or try hanging picture frames using ribbon. Placing decorative veneers and trim the plain bookcases could also show how much of a difference these little changes can make in the appearance of both the decor and the room itself. 20. No matter how messy your children's artwork is, it will always mean more to you than the most expensive piece of art in the whole wide world. Rather than keeping these tucked away, show them off in pretty frames. Update your little gallery with their new pieces now and then. 21. Throw blankets can add a layer of style and polish to any furnishing, and you can do just that for your living room and bedroom by introducing a throw blanket. Get one from storage and spruce up the space with a throw blanket you can fold over the back of a sofa or at the edge of a bed. Make sure that any attractive details can be found at the edge, like either a trim or a fringe can be seen. 22. Just because it's a bookshelf doesn't mean that it's only books you can place on it. Jazz up your shelf display by taking items from all over the house and show it off on your shelf. A pro design tip is to look for similarities amongst the objects you choose, whether it's the color, the shape, or so on. And avoid the urge to showcase your entire collection, as the shelf may look cluttered. 23. If plenty of plates are just stored away, waiting for the right time to use them, then use them in a fascinating display. Bust out those plates and create a hodgepodge of plates of all kinds of colors and sizes. And that's all for now. What do you think about this episode? Please share your thoughts about this video in the comments section. For more decorating and organizing ideas, stay tuned to our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.